Hey guys, welcome back to channel. This is Bat. So as we said earlier in the earlier videos that we have joined, we are part of the Clash of Kings strategy writers group now. And recently, yesterday, I think this team has published a troops health guide. This is on the Clash of Kings in group in Facebook. So you can go visit there and have study this health guide. Is very useful. The link to this guide will be in the description of this video, so you can navigate from there. Also, do put some comments. Tell us if this is useful. If this is helping you. If you want to have this team create any other guide for you, then tell us some ideas around that. Some points around that. Okay, so in this video, what we'll do is we'll browse through all the aspects of this guide, how it is recommending us to increase, what are the ways by which it tells that the health can be increased. Remember, the higher the health, the better the troops fight, right? And you can see the solo hitting happening all around these days. That's because the health is so good of troops, right? Of the attackers. And if you have a good health in defending, you will stop those solo attacks also, trust me. Okay, well, let's talk about the guide here. Let's browse through this guide and see what are the aspects by which we can increase the health. So starting with the basics, Lord skills. So when you go to Lord skills in the combat section, you basically can increase your health here. For all troops, you can gain 25%, and then for infantry, cavalry, you get 25%. Cavalry, archer, and siege gives you 20% health based on settings that you do on the Lord settings interface. Going down, you will see a hero skill. So if you have the hero that you combat heroes that you have, Selma, Christina, and likewise, you actually can set the combat settings again on them and gain HP. So again, infantry health, you get 25%. Cavalry, archer, and siege, you can get 20% from there. That again helps. So make sure your settings goes to health HP. That will give you a boost when fighting, right? Now, apart from these settings of the one you will do on armor, you can also do study in the college science. You can complete those studies, right? And there are two science basically that will give you a buff in HP. One is your military science portion. Now, the military science portion, it gives you, this portion of college science can increase a troop's health in total of 29%. So this is 29% for just this science, which is going to increase for all the different troop types. That is infantry, cavalry, archer, and siege. So if you go to the military section, you will basically see the various grids, the siege engine, archer grid, till I think level 5. So after till a point, we'll go browse this guide, and we'll go to the game, show you stuff how that can be done, and come back to guide. That way we'll see how these steps can actually be done, and how this guide is so useful, right, to us. Okay, so that was first science that you can do. Then you have the strongest kingdom enhancements. Now this is only applicable during the kill event of kingdom versus kingdom. So the last event, which is your strongest kingdom event during a KVK. Now there are two signs, Song of Life and Bloody Rage. One of them will be applicable based on either are you in your original kingdom or you have ported to the enemy kingdom. So it gives you a 5% buff in your HP. So Song of Life gives you 5% buff while fighting in own kingdom. The Bloody Rage gives you 5% help when fighting in opponent kingdom. So one of them will be applicable again only during KVK, right? So do that, note that point. Now going down, the next science, people are doing this Ancestral Spirit science. They're focusing on that, I know, to increase as much as they can, because it gives you a lot of buff, all HP, attack, offensive damage, and everything, right? But we'll talk about HP in this section. So again, if there are 4 science today, right, and if you complete all the 4 sciences, you actually will get 69% of health for all troops. 69% for infantry, cavalry, archer, and siege. Now, talking about the 4 civilization, you have the Dragonborn, the soul of Dragonborn. Now this has two sections. One is your for HP. I mean the Dragonborn Rampage. This gives you 16% health max for infantry, cavalry, archer, and siege engine. And also, if you go to the same Dragonborn Legend section, this portion of science provides 5% health for only cavalry troops. So 5% addition to cavalry. That's good, right? Likewise, you have Soul of Viking, which gives you again there are section of Viking Bravely, and then you have Viking Legend. The Bravely gives you 16% for all troop types, and then the Legend gives you infantry crit 5% increases your HP of infantry. All right, then you have Yamato Fearless and Yamato Legend. Fearless gives you, as like the other civilization, 16% buff of HP at the max for all the troop types, and then the Legend gives you Archer Grit 5%. That's nice. Then you have the last civilization as of now, which is Huxia. Huxia has 6 secrets and Legend. There are two sections which can give you HP. The 6 secrets gives you 16% for all troop types, and then the Legend gives you Siege Engine Grit 5%. So that's again a science that you can study along with the college. You can go to Ancestral Spirit and then study these science. Please do note that irrespective of which civilization you have activated, if you have done some study in other civilization also, they will also be accounted for. So let's say if you study something in Huxia and you have 10% HP there, and you move on to you made your Dragonborn as active civilization, and you have 10% there. So the total HP will be 10 plus 10, 20% of a given troop type, whatever study you have done, right? So it's good to spread your study across these 4 civilization in order to get benefit from all of them, right? Okay, going forward, Dragonglass. Now, Dragonglass, there are two levels of Dragonglass which will give you the HP buff. Okay, now the Dragonglass level 38 and level 40. Level 38 gives you a 10% buff of HP, increase of HP. That's the max you can get from there. And then you have the level 40 Dragonglass. This level 40 Dragonglass gives you 2 different kinds of health. Again, you can get 90%, 19% health in own kingdom, or you can get 19% health in enemy kingdom. So you can choose based on what you purify. As you can see in this diagram, in this image, you will see either you when you're purifying 2 HP in opponent kingdom or 2 HP in own kingdom. Of course, you can select both of them, because I think this Dragonglass level gives you 2 random attributes, so you can go for both of them. Or you can mix and match to HP and then maybe attack or damage, and likewise, depending what's available from this list. Okay, now moving on. So we have this hero Agata. Now this is not the usual hero which is in the hero palace. This is the other hero which is in your castle, and then this if you get it to a max level, she gives you increased cavalry HP by 10%. That's again good. Cavalry are in these days, right? So getting a HP boost of 10%, that's pretty good. Okay, so we'll cover this SWIP buff and SWIP store also, and then we'll go to game and come back. So SWIP buff and SWIP store, right? So if you have reached SWIP 10, let's say, so SWIP 10 itself gives you 20% health for all troops. That's nice. You can do super rallies, of course, it gets unlocked at SWIP 10, but a health benefit of 20% is nice. Now you can spend 10k SWIP points to open the store, the SWIP store. Now SWIP store has I think 7 store levels, as you can see in this table, and each level gives you 4% increase of HP of all troop types that you can get at each level. So in total 28% if you basically unlock all the 7 levels here. Alright, so we talked about 7 points. Let's go to game and quickly check how we can do these things. Okay, we're in the game now. Let's go quickly check the first point, which was, I believe, the Lord settings. So if you go to Lord and go to settings and go to combat section, you can see HP of infantry increased here by 5%. Here gives you HP of all units 5%. keep going down, you will see infantry HP 20%. That's a lot. And then you will get HP for cavalry, then for archers, and then siege engine 20% each. Now at the end, you will see just before the end, you will see HP for all troops, which is 21%. So this is useful. I always said that to get higher HP for all troops. Very critical. Now, if I go to hero, now in hero, let's see Selma or Christina, right? Any of the fighting heroes. Now, all of them in the combat section, you will see HP for infantry 5, then HP again for infantry 20%. Then you will see HP for cavalry, archers, and siege engine, all of them as 20%. That's what you get in the combat section of your fighting heroes. So that's one. Okay, moving on. So now in the college section, you will see military. So this military section, you will get a lot of option like grit, archer grit, and they start from level 1 till level 5, and they increase. I mean, you see 3% here. Again, if you see a grit here, level 2, 5% here, and this one 7%, and likewise you can keep on doing it for all the troop types, and you'll keep increasing your grit till level 5. So in total 29% of the HP you can increase in military section for all the different troop types. That's one. Now if I scroll down and go to strongest kingdom enhancements, now here again, as we said, two kind of options: Song of Life and Bloody Rage. Song of Life is 5% in own kingdom only during KVK, and then you have Bloody Rage 5% in opponent kingdom only during KVK, so in the kill event. Alright, so that's the third option. Okay, moving on, then we talk about the Ancestral Spirits science. Here you have 4 civilization. As you can see, we are in Dragonborn right now, and now in the Dragonborn you can see Dragonborn Rampage. Now this will give you HP, as you can see here, 4 of them. Infantry HP at the max goes to 16%, and that's pretty much for the 4 different civilizations, so that remains constant. You can increase the HP 16%, archer, cavalry, if you study them at the max level. So that is for the Rampage. But then you can go to the Dragonborn Legend, and at here you can see the crit of 5% cavalry HP increase. So that's your Dragonborn. Likewise for Viking, you see HP of 16% that you can increase max for all the different troop types. But you have Viking Legend, which gives you specifically for infantry HP 5%. So that's the second civilization. Going back to Yamato. Yamato again gives you HP here. These guys, 16% max, right? And if you go back to Yamato Legend, that gives you 5% increase in archer. Now the last one is your Rukia, which gives you again 16% HP of different troop types, and then it gives you 5% benefit in the HP of siege engine. So that's how you can increase your the HP. If you do the science all max out, then 69% HP you'll gain for all the different troop types that we have here. Okay, moving on. So we'll talk about the Dragonglass now. So as we said in the guide, it's two of the dragon glasses gives us HP. One is level 38. So if I see the purification here, so you will see HP. All soldiers unit HP is 10% extra, as I can draw here. Right, this is a 10% extra you get for HP. Now that's one you can get gain by the level 38. Likewise, if I go back again and if I see the HP what we can give with the level 40 Dragonglass purification. So here you can see troop HP in opponent kingdom and troop HP in own kingdom. This gives you 19% benefit. Wow, that's nice. So that's a lot of HP you can gain. You can have both of them selected, as I said earlier, because you get two two random attributes. So while fighting, you can get this 90 percentage in own kingdom and also in opponent kingdom. Depends what I have selected, right? So that's one. Next was Hero Agatha. So if you see this horse in between, yeah, this guy. Now if I go here, you'll see different kinds of heroes and the prince and princesses, right? So you'll see Nobia, then Ian, Agatha, and Ryan. So only Agatha gives you HP, which is 10% buff on the cavalry HP. So uh, that's nice. And then moving on, you will see the SWIP 10. I said, as I said, 10% benefit on the troops health. So as you can see here, you get, if you are SWIP, sorry, if you are SWIP 10, yes, you get 20% buff in your troop health. Now that's to start with, but then you can put 10k SWIP points, and then you can open the store, and the store will give you, the store has like 7 levels, right? As you can see here, each level, I'll show you, each level you can expand, you can increase your HP by 4% for all the different troop types. So if I collapse all of them, let's go to level 1 itself, right? So if you see, you can increase other stats also, but HP also gives you 4% for all the different troop types at each level if you keep going on, right? So that's useful. Okay, we're back to the guide again. So moving on, after SPF store, you have the Guardian Dragon. So we're talking about the dragon Skartha. Skartha can be upgraded till level 35, that's a max. And Skartha, if you do the enhancements here on the items, you will get the health boost of Archer at 23%. That's a max. And then there's a thriving level 10. If you take it to level 10, all troops health will be 20%. That's what you will get. Now do note that this dragon should be set as guardian. If you set it as guardian, then these boost will get applied. Now apart from this, you also have this buy more get more event, which gives you two different items which can also, they are additional items which can also increase your HP. Now these are Dragon Flame Thrive, which is 14% HP, which you can basically have it, use it in your dragon and replace one of the skills, as you can see here, right? And then you have exertion, which is 22% of HP. That's a lot. So watch out for your buy more get more event, and you can see these options coming up there, and buy and you can get it from there. Okay, that's a dragon. Like over here, if you see in the blue dragon, which does not give you HP, this item, which is a Dragon Flame Thrive, was used. And likewise for red dragon gives you good defense, but they used 22% HP, replace one of the items with the HP item to get HP as well as good defense. So it's very useful. Moving on, artifacts. So again, there are two types of artifacts: the crown and the scepter. And these two, one of them can be activated. Yes, the non-activated one will give you 30% off whatever have you whatever you have studied. But if you see the max items for these, if you did till rank till level 10, if you have upgraded these artifacts, you will see in the crown, you will see archer health, the max is 25, siege engine health is 25, that's you can get from there. And the scepter gives you siege engine health, I think that's 38% max out. And as you can see here, the scepter is not activated, but it still gives you 30% of whatever has been upgraded to. So 30% of 38%, that's 11.4% you get here as non-activated. Okay, now moving on, you have the 10th item is the 10th possible option that you can do to increase HP is unit advancements. So you can advance your units. These advancements will actually give you buff in your HP of the different troop types again. So max health for each kind you can get from unit advancements is 20%, but you get a chance to get 25% extra 5. So infantry health 20, cavalry 20, you can keep on advancing and getting these. So I think max level is 150 if I understand. and you can see how the HP has been increased so much here, right? Archer health 20, siege engine health 20. Okay, we'll go to game and show that in a bit. But let's talk about some more items before going there. So decoration manual. Now this is again depending on how many permanent skins and different kinds of skins, wings, and stuff that you have, you get points. And based on the points, you actually score some stats. So you look better, and you also fight better, right? So different skins gain you different amount of points. Like 100 points, you get 4% health on siege engine. 600 points is infantry health 4 percentage. 2000 point is 2 percentage health for all units, and likewise. So we'll see this in the game when we go there, as shown in this image actually. Now next is Dragon Word. Now Dragon Word, there are three different Dragon Word which actually can give you buffs. So the 6th order, 7th order, and again one more 7th order. So 6th order resourcefulness, this gives you 10% infantry health. That's good. If you have 7th order word, that is Sea of Troops, it actually gives you, the word provides buffs 15% enemy troops. So minus 15% of buff, and also the health gets increased. So basically it decreases the enemy archer attack, which is one thing, good. But then it increases 15% enemy, 15% troop health for infantry, which is a lot actually. Now, another 7th order word, Sharp Deterrence. This was recently introduced. This is quite good actually. This gives you 10% defensive HP. Now note, this only is applicable when you're fighting in the castle. So if your troops are fighting, you're defending in the castle, this will be applicable, not outside. If your troops are fighting in the throne hall, this will not be applicable. This is only for a castle defense. So as you can see, Sea of Troops gives you infantry health 15%, archer attack minus 20. Nice. Okay. Then we talk about the hero's special attributes. Okay, so there are two special attributes given to hero, and level 30 or above heroes can buy another third special attributes for $1. So then if you buy that, you will get three special attributes, and you can basically advance them and upgrade them to get better health. Like for Selma, you can max out to 6% infantry health. That's what I mean. Selma's special attribute can provide three attributes at one time, which can be from the following. So you can have all three as infantry health, or all three as cavalry health, or you can mix and match. It's up to you, right? Depending on how your strategy is in terms of using of troops. But one selection, I mean, one random attribute of infantry health will give you 6% at the max, cavalry 3, archer 3, and siege 3 for Selma. Likewise for Christina, it's 6 infantry, 6 cavalry, 3% archer, and 3% siege engine. That's nice. Yukimaru gives you again 3 attributes, 3% infantry, 3% cavalry, archer 3%, and siege engine 6%, which is also good. Now, do note these attributes will only be applicable if either that hero is defending and is placed position in the wall, or it's in the march if it's marching along with your troops. So this stuff will be applicable. As you can see, the person did cavalry health 6%, and he did 3 of those. Wow! So he gets 18% cavalry health. That's nice. Okay, well. Alright, so moving on, the Saga's Tower Science. Now here you can again increase your HP for all the different troop types. So Saga Tower Science is also a main source to increase troop health by big margin. There are two portions. So basically, talking about the books, you have Book of Eternal Life, Book of Battles, and Book of Mineral Domain. Now if you zoom into Book of Eternal Life, you will see 2 chapters basically, which can increase your health. First is Chapter of Barriers and the Chapter of Vitality. Chapter of Barriers will give you defensive HP, which can be maxed to 22%. Now this is only applicable when you're defending castle. That's if your troops are fighting in your throne or reinforcing, this is not applicable. But it gives you good defense in the castle, so it's advised to you to, of course, study this thing. Now Chapter of Vitality. Now this will, again, in this portion you can gain max of 14% health. There are two parts, part 1 and part 2. For each troop types, you get part 1 gives you 10%. The infantry get 2, and cavalry likewise gives you 4% additional. So you get 14% benefit in HP by this chapter. Now then you have the Book of Battles. This portion in Sagata have different chapters for every unit. In total, it increases 5% of health for every unit. So you can study in the chapter of infantry, cavalry, archer, and siege engine. And all of them will give you 5% for the specific troop type there. All right, moving on. So the Book of Mineral Vein. This book has 4 chapters as well, which are as follows. Chapter of Fearless Fort, chapter of Blackbone Fort, Ravenborn, and Northern Supply. Now the chapter of Book of Mineral Vein increases infantry health by 10% when you are reading the Fearless Fort. So Fearless Fort gives you 10% of infantry health. The Blackbone Fort gives you increase of 10% for cavalry. Likewise, for the Raven Big Fort gives you archers health by 10%, and the Northern Supply gives you siege engine health up by 10%. Now these buffs might show on report outside Mineral Vein battles as well, but please do know that's a display error on the report. They do not work outside Mineral Vein. They are applicable for Mineral Vein while you are fighting in the Mineral Vein. So please do note that. Now, recently, Clash of Kings again introduced one more feature, which is you can upgrade the castle skin, the permanent castle skin that you have, and the higher you upgrade, the better stats you will get. Now, this is newly introduced function, yes, and you actually can dismantle your 1 hour, 1 day, 3 days, 7 day, and 30 day skin to gain red enhancement stones and then enhance your skin. Now, here also you can get HP and gain HP. So max health which can be gained from this function is 12%. Defensive HP, as you can see here. So defensive HP, and as you keep on upgrading the skin, you will have to activate or wear that skin if you want to privilege from these stats. So use that skin, wear that skin, and then all the upgrade that you have done till whatever level you have done, that stats will be applicable. Now I think this is the last section before we talk about overall. Yeah, so the last point, heroes active skill. Now there are specific heroes which give you additional buff, and they are active skills. They are applicable for some duration and then they have a cooldown time, right? So the Wind Ranger and Wasteland Warrior are 2 heroes which can provide health for archer and infantry as well. They are specific heroes, and so Wind Ranger 20% health increase for all archer for archer for 1 hour, and Wasteland Warrior gives you 40% health increase for 1 hour. That's nice. 8 hours cooldown for both of them. Now there are certain heroes, Wasteland and Wind Ranger and even the guard set, all of them also can give you additional HP apart from what we have already mentioned. They are situational heroes and options. Okay, as you can see in the screen that that you have different options for that. Okay, so before we go to the max HP you can have and the table, let's go to the game, quickly check what we talked about after the SWIP store and how we can do that stuff. Okay, so we are back in the game. So after SWIP store, you could go to the dragon. Like here, I have the Skartha dragon as my guardian right now. So the stats of Skartha is applicable. As you can see, my max can be 35 level. That's where I can upgrade to. And then in the skill section, you can have these skills. Increase archer HP by 23%, and then you have at the very end, you have increase all soldiers HP by 20%. Now on top of it, I can actually have, I can use any other dragon. And if I get this item in the buy more, get more event, which is Dragon Flame Thrive, which is 14% HP for all troops, and or Exertion, which is 22% for all troops, I possibly can try using the blue or red dragon. Blue for attack, red for defense maybe, and replace one of these items with the HP, but I can gain cavalry stats, or I can do the same thing on Red Dragon and basically get defensive defense and all, but and defensive attack, but also gain on HP because I don't have HP on red or blue. So that's option you can do. Okay, moving on. So you have the artifact section. So here in the artifact section, if you see, there are two possible options: the crown and also the scepter. Now, if you see, the max you can gain is Archer HP 25, Siege Engine HP 25. That's at level 10, I believe, once you gain to level 10. And likewise, you can have for the scepter. The scepter gives you 38% health. And again, as you can see, my scepter is not activated. My crown is activated, but I still get 30% of the scepter upgrade that I have done so far, right? As you can see here. So the health is 4.8%. I've gone for siege engine. I have gained it. Okay, moving on. We'll talk about the unit advancements. Now we can go to the troop training buildings, and then here you can see the unit advancements. And here all the different troop types you can see, right? So you can go to, let's say, any of them and keep on upgrading the levels. And if you can see, the max here of your health is infantry HP. The max chance to get is 25%. The max you can get is 20%, or I mean, you will get 20, but the chance is 25%. Likewise for your cavalry, your archer, 20 max, a chance to get 25, and likewise for siege engine, 20 max and 25 a chance to get, right? Okay, now talking about decoration manual. So look good and fight better, right? So if I go here in decoration manual, if you see this section, this again gives you HP. So at 100 it gives you siege engine HP 4, and then 600 gives you infantry HP 4, right? And then 2000 gives you increase all soldier unit HP by 2%, and likewise cavalry HP 4, archer HP 4, and likewise, right? So that details as explained in the guide. Okay, talking about the dragon word. So we'll go to the 6th order dragon word now, and the resourcefulness. This gives you infantry health of 10%. So that's, if you have this, you can use it to get a better health of your troops. Likewise, you can go to 7th order dragon word, and in the 7th order dragon word, there is a dragon word called as Sea of Troops. It gives you enemy archer attack -20, but it gives you health of 15% of infantry, which is a lot. So that's useful as the last item, as you can see here. And then recently, Clash of Kings introduced this sharp deterrence, very useful. I even have that as my favorite dragon word in this full list. But if you see, sharp deterrence only applicable when you are fighting, when you're defending in a castle. But it gives you defensive HP of 10%. So for all troops, which is awesome. Okay, moving on, the special attributes of heroes. So let's go. Let's check out. I'll check out Christina. Now again, Christina, if you see this attribute section, right? Let me draw this real quick. We saw the talent, but we're talking about the attribute section here. So in the attribute section, you also can gain some stats. So let's see what we can gain. So in the list of attribute types, if I go, I can see infantry health 6%, cavalry health 6%, and likewise, right? So you can actually have, right now I have 3 random attributes. So because I invested $1 to get the 3rd attribute for this hero. And you can see I have cavalry, and cavalry health. I could have gone for all health, but I went for some of them as attack. So likewise, you have for different heroes, which you can, for Selma, you can do the attributes as you can see in the guide. So, okay, moving on. Okay, now talking about the Saga Tower. So over here, you can analyze and study the books, right? So we're talking about, first of all, the Book of Eternal Life, this one. So the Book of Eternal Life itself is giving you the health. If you see the defensive HP here, this defensive HP is actually Let me draw this thing real quick. Yeah, this gives you only, this is applicable when you are again defending a castle, and this gives you 22% of HP for all the different. So that's what we saw in the chapter of barriers, and then we see chapter of vitality, which again has grit, infantry git, which gives you 10% max, and then you have again one more infantry git 2, it gives you 4% extra. This is again for archer, you will see for cavalry and for siege engine. So that's what you can study here. Now, apart from that, you also have this book of battles. Now, this book of battles has different chapters for different kind of troops. So here is the infantry gives you 5%. Likewise, cavalry crit gives you 5%. Likewise, archer 5% max you can get, and then the siege engine crit gives you max 5%. Yeah. Okay, so that's that chapter. Okay, so moving on, the other chapters, sections of Saga Tower. So we'll see the Book of Mineral Vein. Now this is, again, as I said, this is only applicable for mineral vein battles. So again, you will have chapter of Fearless Fort, gives you HP of infantry, right? And then you have chapter of Blackbone Fort, gives you cavalry HP, 10% max. Likewise, Archer HP, Raven Fort book gives you, chapter gives you, and then Siege Engine gives you 10% again. If you study this Northern Supply Station HP chapter, HP section. Okay, so that's your Saga Tower. Moving ahead, let's talk about the recent item that was added, which was your castle skin enhancements. So if I go to decoration and decorate now, if you can see here, right, you can actually upgrade your castle skins. Like this one, I've done the upgrade till level 5. I'm still working on it. But if I see the details, this one doesn't give me HP. But if I see the other type, there are two types of skins, basically two category of skins in terms of the stats that you receive. So this one is one, but if I go here, yeah, this one. So if I see the details here, you will see defensive HP 2%, and it keeps coming up. You'll keep seeing defensive HP as you see here, and then again defensive HP coming up here, right? So it gives you a total of 12% defensive HP. It's very useful to, and again you got to activate it, so you got to use it, wear it as a skin. If you have upgraded it, you will just wear it, and those stats will apply when you fight. Okay, talking about the special heroes, the active skills of those. So if I go to the hero palace, if I see this Wind Ranger, you will see this HP extra 20%. As I said, these are applicable for only one troop type. They have a CD time of 8 hours for this one. Likewise, you will see the one for your infantry. So let's go to infantry hero, not this one. So I just used it for a battle, but you will see a health of 40% here again, right? So that's one, again, a cooldown time of 8 hours. Okay, so we saw the sections in the castle itself now, how to do it and where they are. Now this table, again, this table tells you for each troop types what's the maximum HP you can have, and there are some factors in the note section. Go ahead and have a look at it in the guide. But if you see, these are, the numbers are really crazy. 402 total health for HP, 362 for cavalry, 411 for archer HP, and 377 for siege HP. These are brutal stats if you can get it. But yeah, they're crazy numbers. All right, so have a look at this guide, the note section also, and the details. I hope this is useful to get your troops having a better health and they fight better. As I said earlier, post comments, check out this guide. It's in the video's description. You can just check the description down below and click on the link. Go to the YouTube, the Facebook group. Join that group and look at this guide. And if you have any other comments in terms of what other guides we can publish, this Clash of Kings strategy writer group can publish for you, which we can make the game more interesting and more fun and more easy to understand. We'll love to do that. and we'll love to bring some such guides for you. All right, so keep watching, keep having more fun in this game, a lot of fun, and we will keep bringing up a lot of such videos with battles and with these guides and all for all of you. Okay, do like, subscribe, share, and place comments. Thank you so much.